welcome back to the main room, Sloane.
Oh, thank you.
How does it feel to be back in the second week of the U.S. Open?
Oh, good. Obviously, I haven't been in the second week of the Slam in a long time, so it's nice. Excited to be here, and especially at a home Slam, nothing really better.
What did you make of the match today? What were you most happy with in terms of your play?
I thought I played all around pretty solid. I mean, obviously, Ash is a great player, and she's tricky to play because she does a lot of different things. So I was happy that through everything that she kind of gave to me, I was able to just stay consistent and play my game.
Said before you played her that you were a fan of her when we told you we were playing. What do you like so much about Ash?
Oh, I love her. I think maybe I just love her personality. I love her as a person. Super sweet girl. Every time I've seen her, I was so excited to see her. I think it was Australia 2016. I saw her, and that was the first time I'd seen her in like a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years. So I was just so excited to see her like hitting balls again and just back playing tennis. I think she's a great player. I think this is where she belongs, and she's just a great girl to have on tour.
Sloane, are you kind of past the point now, being in the second week of Grand Slam, where you're thinking of where you are in your tennis is still in a comeback? Or are you just kind of like, no, I'm back now. I'm playing my career the way I want to?
I don't know. After like the first week, I was like, I don't know if this is really a comeback. I've like played 5 matches in a row, and then the next week played another 4 matches or something, and then here. So I don't know if it's really a comeback anymore, but I'll go with it if it sounds better.
Pretty big and exciting news today about Serena Williams giving birth. Was there any buzz, any fun things happening in the locker room, any talk about that?
Well, I was playing a match, and then I was eating, and then playing another match. So I missed all of the good stuff, but I would say that bringing a child into this world is probably the biggest blessing, and I am very happy for her, and I cannot wait to see, it's a girl, right? The little baby girl on tour, because I'm sure she will be around.
Is that something you'd like to do someday?
Have kids?
Have kids.
It's getting a little personal, don't you think? Okay. But yes, I do love kids, and I one day cannot wait to have my own.
How would you rate the performance of Americans in the tournament so far, and do you feel like Americans are making a real stand this year and coming together?
Yeah, I think everyone's doing well. I kind of just, it's every tournament you support all of the other Americans, and that's that. But I think everyone's doing great.
And you felt like the fan support, has it been the same as usual here, or has there been extra?
I think maybe for me, because no one's seen me in like 10 months, they're a little bit more excited to see me. But other than that, it's been good through all the summer series, and here it's been great for me.
Are you at any point worried with the amount of matches that you've had that your body's holding up, or how are you feeling physically right now? Because you've had a lot of matches in a very short time after coming back. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. I've been taking care of myself well, and I think it was a good decision not to play last week, so I think that's kind of helped me. And so far I'm still sticking together, so I can't really ask for much more.
The Players Box is kind of a big deal at the U.S. Open because they've got like 15 seats at Arthur Ashe. You've played there at the U.S. Open before. How do you decide who sits there, or what goes into that thought process of who sits in your box?
You can ask the guy in the blue shirt. He kind of like makes all the decisions. I don't know. He decides who can and cannot sit there, but I don't really. Like, obviously, my coach is there, and my hitting partner, whoever I normally have with me, that would be with me wherever, and anyone else, I guess it's just a free-for-all.
So you don't, feel strongly about, making sure certain people... you obviously feel strongly about...
my mother, and then, then any other family members that come, but I honestly put no thought into that whatsoever.
Question. Do you use the salons and slams when you're playing?
I've never once to this day used a salon at a slam.
Do you think it's weird that they have one, or is it just...
No, but first of all, Gavrilova got her haircut today, super short. I don't know if anyone else saw that, but she looks good. And yeah, it's always random. You'll see someone go get their hair colored and you're like, okay, more highlights. All right. But yeah, I think it's if you can utilize it, find the time to do it, it's great. But, I mean, sometimes, like, I've played every day and I'm kind of busy, I don't have the time to do it. But I'd say if you do have the time, it's a great perk.
Apologies if you've been asked this so many times, but when you were off, what was the toughest point when you just had the roughest time? And secondly, Sloane, what, if you could capsulize, what do you think you most learned from your time off?
My worst time when I was walking around on that peg leg thing. Oh my God. Sorry. When I was walking around on that peg leg thing and I couldn't do anything and I was like, that was probably the worst time. I think, did we talk about this in Cincinnati? I don't know. We've talked about a lot of stuff. Yeah, that was probably the lowest time. And then what I've learned, I don't know, just to enjoy the game more. Obviously, when something gets taken away from you, you kind of are forced to deal with your situation. And I think having surgery, being on that peg leg, and not being able to live my life the way I wanted to, kind of, I don't know if it was like a humbling experience, but it was more of just like a how do you say that? Realization? Yeah, sorry. Pronunciation was not good on that. That, you know, I just needed to just appreciate all the things I had in my life, even though everything was kind of going not the direction that I wanted to. But I knew that one day I would probably not be in the fourth round of the U.S. Open, but I'd be playing tennis again and things would be good and looking up. So I kind of just held that in front of me and just hoped that one day I'd get back to where I wanted to be, and that's kind of what just kept me going.
Do you sense in yourself that your attitude is pretty different in this phase of your career than before?
Yeah, I think before I was so emotional, everything like always got to me, and I think now I'm just like, my life is good, everything's good, and it's, again, like, I play a sport for a living. I don't, like, operate on people. I don't, like, this is not life or death. And I think it's hard to realize that when you're out there playing because there's a lot riding on it. It's prize money, it's points, there's so many things that go into it. But now I'm kind of like, I do this for fun and I love tennis. And there's not a lot of people that can say, like, oh, yeah, I go and play tennis every day and sweat and, like, see all my friends and hang out and work out and take pictures, and that's it, right? I think I have it pretty good, and I think once I realized that, I was like, life is actually really good. So I think that's where I'm at now.
Okay, last question.
Thanks.
So now, can we look ahead to your next round? I know you don't look ahead in the draw in general, but to your next round, you're playing Julia Gerges next. You faced in Cincinnati, you faced before quite a number of time. How do you assess that matchup, and what do you expect from it?
Yeah, every time I played her, we've had tough matches, and the last two times I played her on a day where I played two matches in the same day, so I'm looking forward to her being my first match of the day. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it'll be a good match. We always play well against each other, so looking forward to it.